If you have an upcoming ISO 27001 certification audit and you want to use training and awareness to reduce the chances of something going wrong at the audit, then this video is for you. So I'll show you what are the most common problems that typically happen at these kind of audits, and how actually training and awareness can help you mitigate those potential issues. And I'll also show you how you can use Company Training Academy, and this is a cybersecurity training platform, to quickly build these training programs that will help you with the certification. So after you watch this video, you'll have a clear idea on how to reduce the chances of something going wrong at the certification audit. There are three most common problems at the certification audit. And the first one is that your company does not have all the documents. And this is usually maybe 20% of the non-conformities that certification auditor might raise. The second most common problem is that the employees do not know the answer to the question that the auditor is asking them, or that they provide a wrong answer. And this is usually, let's say, 30% of the problems at the certification audit. And the third problem is the most common, and this is that the employees do not follow your own policies and procedures. In other words, that they are simply ignoring these documents, or that they are doing this in a way that is not completely compliant with these documents. So let's say that you have a backup policy, and in the backup policy you have specified that employees need to perform the backup of their laptops every 24 hours. And then you have some employees that are completely ignoring this and not doing the backup at all, whereas other employees are doing this, let's say, irregularly, so let's say every couple of days instead of every day. Okay, let me now show you how training and awareness can resolve most of these problems. Okay, I'm showing you now this Company Training Academy. Basically, this is a training platform which makes building this ISO 27001 training and awareness programs very easy. So let me first show you this lessons library. So you can see here there are numerous lessons, but let's take a look at the ISO 27000 lessons. I apply this filter, and then you will see that there are almost 50 lessons around 27001, and let's see what lessons are around documents. So there are 4 lessons here, and if I open this one, you will see that this one actually explains mandatory and non-mandatory documents. So you can actually show this video to your project team, perhaps to your senior management, just to make sure that you create all of the documents before actually your certification audit begins. Of course, you can show also these other videos as needed. Let's also take a look at this one, documented information. So this video actually explains how to create, update, control policies, procedures, and records. When you click this button preview, you can also see how this video looks like. And I'll explain you in a minute how you can distribute these videos to your employees. Now, let me now show you how you address this problem of employees not knowing the documents well enough so that they provide wrong answers. So you actually go here, and in this lesson section, this is where you can actually create your own lessons, right? Where you can upload your own documents or videos and then use them actually to educate your employees. So let's say that I want to create a new lesson around my backup policy. So I simply click add lesson. Let's say this is backup policy, lesson description. I can also add some instructions. And then you need to define what kind of type is this. I'll upload my documents in PDF. So I'll select this document from my local disk. And then I'll also assign some quizzes, because I want actually to check out if my employees really understand what is being said in this document. So I'll select this backup frequency as a quiz, and as a test, backup systems to be used. So I already uploaded these quizzes previously, so I simply selected them now. And now they are attached to my lesson. And of course, they will be displayed to users in my company once I deliver this training. Okay, I create a lesson here, and let me now show you how this looks like from the user point of view. So when I switch to this My Training part of this interface, where I see only the trainings that are intended for me as a user, then I actually can see this training program where I have to learn about companies' policies and procedures. So when I access it, I want to start this one about backup policy. And when I start this lesson, this is how the end user actually sees this lesson. So basically, he or she will be able to read through the whole document as I actually uploaded it. And then after the user is done with reading, then he or she needs to fill out this quiz and test. Now, quiz is only for checking the knowledge, whereas the result of this test actually goes to administrator of your company account, and basically this is the way for you as a main admin actually to watch out what is the level of knowledge of all employees. I can also create lessons in a video format, and video format is usually much better because people like to learn through video. So when I create a lesson, I simply select this video type, embed video, and then you can create a video, upload it to Vimeo or YouTube, and then simply insert the link here so that it is displayed directly here through this user interface to end users. And of course, you can create these private videos that will be visible only through this training platform, not to everyone else on YouTube. And I mean, nowadays recording videos is rather easy. You simply turn on your computer camera and record the video, and in most cases this will be more than enough. Okay, now addressing this problem of employees that are not complying with policies and procedures is a little bit tougher, but one way to do it is actually to raise a general level of cybersecurity awareness so that they understand why cybersecurity is important, and therefore there is a much higher chance that they will start actually following these cybersecurity policies and procedures. And here in the lessons library you can actually see, let me filter this out, there are several cybersecurity awareness videos which explain, the basics of, let's say, cybersecurity hygiene, protecting paperwork, passwords, secure communications, mind of a hacker, remote work, these kind of things. Now, let me show you how you can actually create a training program and send these videos to your employees. So I simply go here for set up a new training. I select the framework. So in this case, I want this general cybersecurity awareness. And then the system automatically suggests me to which targeted audience I want to send these videos to, because you don't want to send the same videos to, let's say, IT department and senior management and I don't know, any other employees. So let's say that this training program I want to make for mid-level management. Then I click continue. Then I select the country for which this needs to be done, let's say France. I can also select other languages, and by the way, we are adding some other languages here other than what you can see here. And then I click continue, and then the training platform automatically suggests the most relevant videos for this target group. So as you can see, there are several videos here. If I don't like any of these, I can simply remove them, or if I want to rearrange the sequence, I simply drag and drop. And then I click continue here. And then I define how often I want these videos to be displayed. So let's say that I don't want to bother too much these employees, so that this is once per week, and that I want them to watch this on Thursdays, and that I want to repeat this, let's say, every 2 years, so that they don't forget about completely what they have seen. Then I click continue and add email addresses of all the users that need to receive these videos. And then define what I want these users to see. So not only videos, but also quizzes and test questions. And then when I activate the program, then the training platform will automatically start sending email notifications to these users so that they can actually see one video at a time in these planned intervals. Okay, let me now go through a couple of frequently asked questions related to training and awareness and ISO 27001 certification. So a very common question that I receive is, do we really need this training and awareness for certification? And the answer is yes. You must have training and awareness according to ISO 27001 clauses 7.2 and 7.3. Even though you do not need this in this online format, you can also do this in some other more, let's say, traditional way. What kind of training records and reporting are needed for certification audit? Basically, you need to have records showing that your employees have gone through appropriate training and awareness sessions. And this can be as simple as, let's say, having some kind of a sheet where you actually note down who has attended which kind of a training, or you could have some more elaborate and automatic reporting, for example, through this automatic reporting feature in Company Training Academy. Some companies are saying, our tech defenses are really strong. Isn't that enough? Why would we need anything else? The thing is, that in reality, most companies already have the technology that is needed, but in most cases, some employees or more employees are not actually using this technology in a secure way. So to make them actually use this technology in the right way, training and awareness is the best solution for that problem. Another question is, our employees are already very knowledgeable and cautious, so do we still need some kind of a program? And I would say, if they are really knowledgeable and cautious, then this means that you already have some cybersecurity program for training and awareness already in place. So you just need to keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not doing this at all, then there are high chances that there are some people in your company that are not knowledgeable and that are not cautious, and therefore you need to approach this problem systematically. Another question is, can we just send a memo or a handbook to all the employees? And the answer is yes, this is also a viable option, but the problem is that people usually don't have time, nor they're usually willing to read some longer documents, and then this kind of a video format is much better for learning. And another question is, will the employees actually remember what they were watching or learning when it comes to certification? And the answer to this question is really, it depends on how the training program was delivered. And in the company training academy, you have these short videos that do not bore the employees too much. And you also have these quizzes and tests which actually reinforces their knowledge. So this is basically the way for this learning to stay embedded in their minds when it counts. Also, there is a question around, employee pushback or participation rates in these kind of trainings. And the thing is, when you have these trainings that are very short, around 5 minutes, let's say every week or every 2 weeks, then there is very little pushback because it's not taking too much time. And since you have this kind of a platform which records very precisely who has attended which training and if he or she is late, the participation rates are usually very high because employees know that they could have, let's say, problems if they don't participate as intended. And finally, companies are asking how much of an additional effort this is. And actually, to set up a particular training, it's maybe 5 minutes, so it's very quick. And then, of course, it takes 5 to 10 minutes per each lesson for each employee to attend it. Hope this was helpful, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions around training, awareness, or certification, and I'll answer as quick as I can. And to access the free trial of this company training academy that I was showing you, click the link in the description below, and you'll be able to test out all of these features and send these videos for watching for your employees. See also my next video that will show you some of the features of company training academy in more detail, and you'll find the link below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel not to miss any of my new videos, and I publish videos around cybersecurity, compliance and governance every week. Thanks for watching.